Hello everyone, this is Nidhi here. In this video, we will learn about Google Cloud Platform. We will learn how to create a free tier account in GCP and create some resources like VPC, subnets and firewalls. We will create this basic architecture in GCP. We will create two subnets, two VM instances. We'll create some firewall rules. Firewall rules is same as the security groups in AWS. And we will learn more about these in more details. So let's get started. The first thing you need a GCP account. So for that you need a Google account and I hope we all have a Gmail account. If you don't have, you can create one. And then we will go there, go to this website and here you will see this option get started for free. So you can click on this. And here it will just ask your details. You can click on continue and as you can see you will get some $300 credit for free and that you can use to create a basic structure and to just get started with the GCP, how it works and what all you can create. So it will give you some credit and this is how you can start with. So once your account is created for, I have already created this account. So I will just log into my account. So here is my Google account, which I have logged in. I have registered it and I have got some $300 as you can see here, free trial status and this much days is remaining. So I will start creating a project. In GCP, everything is created in a project, like all the resources, all the VPCs, subnets, everything, whatever you will create, it's a project. So this is how GCP manage or organized their resources. So you will create here, you can click on this and you will have an option of click new project. We will click there and here you can put any project. So let me just put any name here, test video, test project. Okay. And this is the ID. So this ID is the unique and this is unique across all GCP users. You won't be able to edit this ID and here you will get this 20 projects remaining. So as your free tier you have some options that you can create only 22 or 23 projects, and in case you need more you need to request or you need to request for more projects. So let's create this new project. We'll have created this new project now and this is how the dashboard will look like for your project. So let's just get created and we'll select this project and as you can see here now, this is how the project dashboard will look like in GCP. So now let's get started with the next thing. So our project is created now. Now in Google Cloud, they recommend to use Cloud SDK to create any resources. So instead of creating anything using GUI, they recommended use the G-Cloud. And also it is good so that you can repeat the same commands at any time. You don't have to go through GUI again and again. And GUI also changes with every upgrade, but not the G-Cloud command line utilities. So let's start. Let's install Cloud SDK. You can download it from here. I have already downloaded it. So let me just install it. So this is my exe file as you can see here. So I will just install it now. You can just run as administrator. Click on next, agree. All users, next, next. And this is the bundled Python. So Gcloud needs this. So with the Windows, you need to select this option. By default, this is always selected. So click on install. So now it will get installed. So Gcloud is the basically command line utility that you can install using their file and it will get installed. So just let's just wait for this to get installed. Okay, so now it's completed. Let's click on finish. As soon as you click on finish, it will open a command line prompt where you can do the basic configuration. So here you can see it has read my account details, and this is my project. It is saying pick configuration. So I want to create a new configuration, right? So I think I need to put the number like this. Please enter a value between 1 and 2. So I am putting 1, and now it will do something. So I wanted to use this configuration only. So let me just use this account. Okay. So now you can say that I'm logged in as this. Generally, as I have already done it multiple times on my machine, so it does not open it on my browser. It automatically take my username and password. But when you do the first time, you will see some options like this, and here you can see your browser has been opened to visit, and then it will ask you for the username and password of your G Cloud account that you can provide. And this is how this will look like. And here I can see this project. So this is what project I have created, right? Test project. So I wanted to configure this. So let me just put the 6 number. So now you can see it has said your current project has been set to this. So now whenever whatever command I will run to create anything, everything will get created to this project. In any future, if you want to change your project or change your default configuration, you need to just run the gcloud init command again to set your new project. Okay. So this is how your gcloud is set up now. Now we will create the basic infrastructure on GCP. Right now, as you can see on this project, if I go to compute engine, and if I go to VM instances, it's all empty. Nothing is there. It will just do like this. Okay. So now we will create the basic infrastructure. As I have mentioned, we will be creating a VPC. VPC concept is same as we have in AWS. We will be creating the subnets. We'll create two subnets here, one in US Central region and second is in US East 1 region. We will create two VM instances, one public and one is private, and we will assign the tag to these instances. So in GCP, we will use a tag, and based on the tags, the security groups applied. So here they call this as the firewall rules, and we will create these firewall rules. Firewall rules is just same as we have in AWS, like the security groups. Okay, so let's create this first. So first we will be creating a VPC. As I mentioned, it is same as we have in AWS, but we don't need to bind it to a particular region. And also in VPC, you don't need to provide any CIDR range as you provide in AWS. And this is the command to create the network in GCP, G Cloud Compute Network. And after that, you will provide the details as which resource you are creating. So here we will be using G Cloud Compute Networks, and we are creating VPC. This is the VPC name, and this is subnet mode custom. If you will not provide this, then this will automatically create the subnets. But in this, we want to create a custom subnets. So we will create the subnets manually. So we will run this command here. So I'll show you this command. So I am on my command prompt. I will just run this command. So let me just run this. So now you can see that it has created this VPC test as the VPC my, and it has provided you some basic uh, some uh, some recommendations also. So we will do it later. Let's see. One more thing I wanted to see, if you have not enabled the API. So in Google, you need to enable the API to create anything. So first time when you will do, it will ask you, it will prompt you to enable the API. So you can just prompt as yes, but as I've said on my machine, it's already done. So it did not prompt me again. So now we have created the VPC. We can check with this like basic command G Cloud Compute Networks is common, and after that you'll just use the other things as per the resources. Here you can see that this is my VPC created with subnet mode as the custom. Okay. Now we will create two subnets in this. In order to create a subnet, you need to choose the region, like in which region you want to create a subnet. If you want to know how many regions are available or the name of those regions, because you need to provide the name, so you can run this command. This will give you the list of the regions available, right? Now we will create the subnet configuration. So when we need to create a subnet, you need to provide the VPC, which we have created like this. Here you can see we will be creating the subnet name, and here we need to provide the range of your IP addresses and the region under which you need to create the subnet. So here is the command. You can see I am creating the subnets create, and this is my subnet name. Network equals to VPC hyphen test hyphen hyphen range. This is my IP address and this is the region. So you can create it like this. So let me just run this command. You can see it here. I'm running this. So when you run it using command line, it is always quick, and it will take a little bit of time, but not that much if you do it through GUI. So this it has created. We have to create two subnets. So this is the second command. I'm creating the second subnet in the US East 1 region. So while it is running, we can see it here also. If we can see where it has created the VPC. Yeah, so here, if you go to network settings, basically in this, if you go to networking and click on VPC networks, you will see that it has created this VPC and it has created these two subnets also with the IP address that we have provided. Okay. If you want to check your configurations is correct or not, then you can do this command also. Here you have provided like in this network, like VPC test, how many subnets are there. So you can see your two subnets are associated with this VPC. So we have created the VPC, we have created the subnets. Now we need to create the firewall rules. So firewall rules is same as security group in AWS, where you define your incoming and outgoing rules. So this is very important for the security perspective, because you do not want to open anything publicly. So you have to restrict it. So here we create the firewall rules. And in GCP, they use a network tag. So whenever I create a firewall rules, we will create a tag also, like public, private, public, like that. And when we create a VMs, we'll assign these tags to those VMs. So this is how the concept of firewall rules works in GCP. So let's create this. So first we are creating the public SSH. We have to define which VPC it is. We need to define what we want. So we want to allow the SSH to this port, allow from all. So whoever has the public keys for that instance, uh, whoever has the public key configured, they can do the SSH, right? So let's create this. So we have created, so this is how G Cloud compute now. The new thing comes firewall rules. In previously we were doing the networking, but this is firewall rules create. And here you are putting the name, your network, your VPC. Here you have provided the range of the port, and this is your IP, like allow all, and the target tags is public. So let's just run this command. So now it is creating the firewall. So when it is creating a firewall, we can see the next firewall now. So now we will be creating public HTTP. Same concept, the port is 80. So that when we run anything which is running on 80, we can access it using the external IP of that VM, right? For that, we will be creating the public HTTP. And the private one, we will be creating for our private VM, so that we don't want that private VM to be access allowed by to all, right? So here we will be put that configuration, that host which has a public network tag, only that host can access it to that instance. Okay, so now let's do this. So this is the public HTTP. So it's the same command. So let's just run this. So this is also creating the firewall. This is the public HTTP rule. Now we will create the private SSH rule. Okay. So in the private, we want, now this time we want source tag as a public, because we want to do the SSH through only that public tag, whoever has that, right? So we can do the SSH to the private instance from your public instance, not from any other machine. So this is what the conditions we are putting here. So let's do this, run this also. So it's very easy. I mean, if you use the command line, it's very easy to just create it. Okay. Now, if you want to check all your firewall rules, you can just run this command, and this will just give you G compute firewall rules list. This will just give you all the rules in your GCP. Okay. Now we will do the SSH public key to your Google Cloud projects, right? Before we launch VM instances, we want to upload our public key so that we can log into those VM instances, right? So for that, if you have not generated the SSH key for your user, then you can run this command SSH key. This will actually generate the key for your user. And then you need to run these commands also so that it adds your keys. So this is how it looks like. I have already added it, so I don't need to do it again. But my project, this project is new, so I need to put this. So before I run this, I'll just run this command, okay? And let's see what it says. So here you can see no public key, you can see here, right? I have just run this command project info, and it will just show me in the JSON format. You don't see any public key like that, okay? So once I did all these steps, what I will do, I will just run this command. I will just run this command so that it will add my SSH key, SSH public key to the GCP project. So let me just run this. So now you can see it is updating my project SSH metadata. So this is my key file like this. If you have the different configurations, then you need to provide your complete path. Okay. I have done it like this. Now, if I do the project info and I'll describe it, now you can see that the public key is added. You can see here, this is my SSH keys. So now, whenever I will launch any VM instances, I can do the SSH to those instances. I don't have to do anything there. So that is why this is very important. Okay, so this is done. Now we will deploy two VM machines. Okay, so for this example, I'm just using the F1 micro, which is the lowest one. So this is the same command here. It's a instances, and you will be providing your name of the instance, the tag, your subnets, zone tags. As I mentioned, that based on this tag, it will assign the firewall rules to this VM instances. Okay. So now let's just do this. I'll just run this command. Okay, let me just copy it again. Yeah. Okay, so this instance is created, and I have put the another command for the private VM also. So both the instances are created successfully. Okay, so now it's done. We can see our instance list also using this command gcloud compute instances list. So list is the command that actually you can use for firewall rules, instances, network, everything. And here you can see my name of the instances, the zone, machine type, internal IP, external IP, and status is running. Okay. Now we'll see how we can connect. Okay. So for the Windows machine, basically I use the Git bash to connect to any Linux machines. Okay. So this is my IP addresses as you can see here, and you need to use the external IP. Okay. So let me just log in my Git bash, and here SSH hyphen a, mm, this is my user. Okay, and this is my IP. So let me just log in. Okay, so here you can see that I am able to log into this instance. Now let me just log in to the private VM also. And as I've said, private VM you can log in only through the public instance via the internal IP address. So let's get the internal IP SSH. Right, SSH hyphen a count at the rate. Okay. So you can see here I can log in. Okay, I am not able to log in here. Okay, so to fix that public key issue, I need to run this command again. So this is my assumptions that we need to run this command for every new project in GCP. So let me just run it one more time. So you'll just do the paste here. Okay, yes. So now I will log into my instance. So this is my public instance. I can log into this, and now I will try to log into my private instance. So this is my IP SSH. So let me just log in. Okay, so now you can see that I am able to log into the private. So let me just exit it. If you try to log into the private instance directly from your user, not from the public instance, you won't be able to log in it because of the private security firewall rules that we have put it. Okay, so now our basic infrastructure is ready. You can see it here also. You can see in my VPC network. This is the default, and here the VPC test subnets is there. And here you can see our firewalls, private, public, right? And we can also see the, we'll go to compute engine and the VM instances. You can see two instances are running. So here you can see two instances are running. Okay. So now let's just do some testing. We are already logged into the public instance. So just run the Nginx server and just run the final testing here. Okay, so the installation is complete. Okay, it's not complete yet. Once the installation is complete, we can run this start Nginx. So let's just run this. And once you do this, you can access it using the external IP address. So here you can see that I can access this. So this shows that our GCP basic infrastructure is working and we are able to run a sample Nginx web page on port 80 because we have opened the HTTP port 80 so that we can access the URL on the browser. I will be updating all the commands in the description also and the blog links which you can follow for any commands which you need for to do this tutorial. Thank you.